Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something that honestly feels a bit like science fiction, but it's rapidly becoming science fact. We're talking about securing our digital assets, everything on blockchains, against the quantum threat.
Yeah, it's a huge topic. Basically, we're diving into how blockchains are trying to defend themselves, what this term quantum safe really means, and looking at who's actually getting ready for this future.
And it's crucial, right? I mean, why should you, listening right now, care about qubits versus classical bits?
Well, because everything in crypto security, validating transactions, keeping your wallet safe with those public and private keys, it all relies on math problems. Problems that current computers, even supercomputers, just can't solve quickly.
But quantum computers potentially can, and if they crack that math, poof, your assets are exposed.
Exactly. Things like ECDSA, the algorithm used by Bitcoin and Ethereum, that's the weak point. It's probably the biggest single threat to these decentralized systems we have right now.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. We know classical computers use bits 0 or 1. What's the deal with quantum computers? Why are they so different, so powerful?
Right, so they play by different rules, quantum mechanics. Instead of bits, they have qubits. And thanks to something called superposition, a qubit can be both 0 and 1 at the same time.
Okay, like existing in multiple states at once.
Precisely. And then you add entanglement, where qubits are linked, their fates intertwined no matter the distance. That lets them explore, a massive number of possibilities simultaneously. It's not just faster calculation, it's a different kind of calculation.
A fundamental shift. And for blockchain, this power gets focused through specific algorithms, right? Targeting weak spots in our current crypto.
That's it. It's really a two-pronged attack. The first one, and honestly the most critical, is against public key cryptography.
Yeah.
The thing your wallet address relies on. Algorithms like RSA, ECDSA, they're basically sitting ducks for something called Shor's algorithm.
Shor's algorithm.
Yeah. A sufficiently powerful quantum computer running Shor's could figure out your private key just by looking at your public address.
Whoa. So if I share my address to get paid, someone could just reverse it and take everything?
Potentially, yes. That's the danger.
Okay, that's terrifying. What about the other side? Like the hashing, the proof of work stuff?
That's the second threat. Less immediately catastrophic, maybe, but still serious. Grover's algorithm. Grover's can speed up brute force attacks against hash functions like the SHA-256 Bitcoin uses.
So it makes mining less secure?
It could weaken it, yeah. Especially for proof of work systems. It doesn't instantly break it like Shor's does with public keys, but it's definitely a concern.
And the really sneaky part, the thing that makes this urgent now, is this harvest now, decrypt later idea.
Exactly right. Attackers aren't waiting for Q-Day, the day these quantum computers are actually powerful enough. They're recording encrypted blockchain data, transaction details, maybe even other communications today.
Banking on the fact they'll be able to crack it open later.
Yep. When the quantum horsepower arrives, maybe in 2029? Could even be 2027, according to some projections. All that data they save suddenly becomes rootable. Your past transactions exposed.
That puts a ticking clock on everything. IBM, Google, Sequantum, they're all racing ahead. Q-Day could be just a few years away.
Which means we need solutions, like yesterday. And that brings us to the defense strategy. Post-quantum cryptography, or PQC.
PQC. Okay, so that's the big umbrella term for the new crypto that's supposed to be safe.
Right. It's a whole new class of algorithms designed to replace the vulnerable ones. But we need to be careful with the terms here. You hear quantum resistant and quantum safe thrown around a lot.
Yeah, I was going to ask. They sound similar. Is there a real difference, or is it just jargon?
There's a subtle but important distinction. Quantum resistant usually means algorithms designed to withstand known quantum attacks, based on what we understand today. It implies they're hard to break.
Okay, resistant means tough, based on current knowledge.
Right. Quantum safe, on the other hand, that term is often reserved for systems or algorithms that are, provably secure against all known quantum attacks. It's a higher standard, a stronger guarantee.
Got it. Safe is the gold standard. Resistant is the step towards it. And in this transition phase, I've heard about hybrid cryptography, like a safety net.
Exactly. It's a smart approach for the migration. You basically use both systems at once. You combine a classical algorithm, say ECDSA, with a new post-quantum one, like dilithium.
So if one fails, the other still holds.
Precisely. If somehow the new PQC algorithm has a flaw we didn't anticipate, the old one is still there. And if a quantum computer shows up early, the PQC layer protects you. It's belts and braces during the switchover.
Makes sense. Okay, let's talk about the new tools themselves. This isn't just random projects guessing, right? There's a global effort being led by NIST.
Yes. the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology. NIST has been running a big competition for years now to standardize these PQC algorithms. It's a huge international effort.
And they've picked some winners.
They have. The first batch of finalized standards came out in August 2024. And the big winner, overwhelmingly, is lattice-based cryptography.
Lattice-based. Okay, what are the key names we need to know? These are going to be everywhere soon, I imagine.
For sure. For key encapsulation and setting up secure connections, the main one is Crystal's Kyber, technically called ML-Chem. And for digital signature signing your transactions, it's Crystal's dilithium, or MLDSA.
Kyber and dilithium, both lattice-based.
Mostly, yeah. There's also a backup, a hash-based signature scheme called Civinine CS plus SLH-DSA. It's considered very secure, maybe more conservative, but generally less efficient than the lattice ones.
Right, so lattices seem to be the main bet. Can you give us a slightly better picture than just needle in a haystack? How does this lattice math actually work to stop a quantum computer?
Okay, let's try. Think of a grid, but not just 2D or 3D. Imagine a grid in, say, 500 dimensions. That's a lattice. Now, certain problems on these high-dimensional grids are really easy for classical computers and quantum computers to do one way, but incredibly hard to reverse.
Like what?
Like finding the absolute closest point on that grid to another given point. It's called the shortest vector problem, or related problems. Easy to check if a point is close. Extremely hard to find the closest one in all those dimensions. Even Shor's and Grover's algorithms, the quantum threats we mentioned, don't seem to offer a shortcut for these lattice problems.
Okay, so the security comes from the sheer geometric complexity in hundreds of dimensions, something quantum algorithms currently can't easily navigate.
That's a good way to put it. The structure itself provides the defense.
And this isn't just a suggestion from NIST, right? There are deadlines.
Oh yeah, big ones. U.S. federal agencies have a mandate. They need to get rid of vulnerable crypto like RSA and ECC by 2030. And those algorithms will be completely disallowed in federal systems by 2035. That timeline is basically forcing the hand of the entire commercial world, including blockchain.
2030 isn't far away. So who in the crypto space is actually meeting this challenge? Are there projects already using this stuff?
There are a few pioneers. The quantum-resistant ledger, QRL, is one. They've been focused on this since, 2018? Built from the ground up using hash-based signatures, specifically XMSS.
So they were really early.
Very early.
Yeah.
More recently, you've got QAN platform. They're a layer 1, specifically designed to be quantum resistant using the new NIST standards. They're using dilithium for signatures and even have a quantum resistant EVM-compatible testnet running.
Impressive. They're building for the future now. But what about the big guys? Bitcoin, Ethereum. Are there devs taking this seriously?
Oh, absolutely. The core developers are very aware there's active research, but migrating a massive established chain like Bitcoin or Ethereum, that's a whole different ballgame.
Harder than starting fresh, I guess.
Orders of magnitude harder. You need network-wide consensus for a hard fork. You need everyone to upgrade their wallets. You need to update smart contracts potentially. The infrastructure, it's a massive undertaking, both technically and socially, getting the community on board.
And there's that lingering risk you mentioned for existing users. Even if Bitcoin upgrades, old transactions might still be a problem.
That's the critical issue, especially for Bitcoin. Once you've spent from an address, your public key is out there, permanently recorded on the blockchain.
Exposed.
So even if the network upgrades later, a quantum attacker in the future could look back at that old transaction, grab your revealed public key, and use Shor's algorithm to calculate the private key for that specific address.
So any funds left in old, reused addresses are potentially vulnerable, even post-upgrade.
Correct. The only real defense for users on legacy chains is eventually moving funds to brand new quantum-safe addresses generated after the network upgrades. And definitely stop reusing addresses now.
Okay, this sounds like a necessary security upgrade, but there's always a catch, isn't there? What's the cost? I hear these PQC algorithms aren't exactly lightweight.
That's the major trade-off. Performance. Security doesn't come free here. These new algorithms, particularly the lattice-based ones like dilithium, they have much larger key sizes and signatures.
How much larger are we talking?
Significantly. A standard ECDSA signature might be, say, 64 bytes.
Yeah.
Dilithium signature, we're talking several kilobytes, could be 10, 15, maybe even 20 times larger.
20 times larger? Okay, what does that actually do to the network? Slower transactions?
Yes. Slower validation times, definitely. It means more data needs to be processed, stored, and transmitted across the network. So, yeah, increased bandwidth usage, higher memory requirements.
And what about using this on, like, my phone?
Yeah.
Or an IoT device?
That's where it really bites. On resource-constrained devices, the computational overhead can be quite severe. Some estimates suggest the cost of performing these PQC operations could be 10 to 12 times higher than what we have now.
Wow. A 10x slowdown on signing a transaction from your mobile wallet. That's noticeable.
Very noticeable. And that creates a real tension, doesn't it? Users complain about speed and fees already. If a security upgrade makes everything feel slower or drains your battery faster, are people going to adopt it quickly? Or will they stick with the faster, less secure option until the last possible moment?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? Balancing usability and existential security. Developers must be working on optimizations, right?
Constantly. There's a lot of work going into making implementations faster, smaller, more efficient. But the fundamental trade-off, larger size for quantum safety, seems inherent to these current PQC methods. Security cost performance.
This has been incredibly clarifying. Okay, let's try and boil this down. What are the absolute key takeaways for someone listening?
Okay, number one, quantum safe, quantum resistant. These aren't just buzzwords anymore. This is happening. NIST standards are here. Government deadlines like 2030 are real. Assume current crypto is on borrowed time. Any project not actively working on PQC adoption right now is falling dangerously behind.
Got it. Deadline is looming. What should listeners do personally? Any actionable advice?
Two things. First, demand answers. Ask the crypto projects you use, the platforms you hold assets on. What's your plan for quantum resistance? Are you following NIST standards? Show me the roadmap.
Put the pressure on.
Exactly. If they don't have a clear answer, that's a huge red flag. Second, protect yourself now. Stop reusing crypto addresses, especially for Bitcoin. Every time you spend, you expose that public key. Treat addresses as single use.
Don't leave funds sitting in addresses whose keys have been revealed.
Okay, that's practical. This has been a really vital deep dive. Before we wrap up, can you leave us with one final thought, something provocative to chew on?
Sure. Think about this. This massive migration to quantum safety requires something called crypto agility. That's the ability to swap out these fundamental cryptographic algorithms relatively quickly when needed. Now, consider blockchain's core strength. Decentralization. Decisions require broad consensus, often across many developers, users, miners, validators. It's designed to be slow and careful, resistant to rapid change.
A feature, not a bug, usually. But the question is, in this race against Q-Day, which seems to be accelerating, can that slow, decentralized consensus mechanism actually achieve the agility needed to make these mandatory complex technical upgrades in time? Or will we see more centralized approaches, potentially dictating the security path forward because they can move faster?
Will decentralization's strength become a liability in the face of the quantum clock? Wow. That's definitely something to think about. Thank you.
My pleasure.